Hey Sam's Fitness and Lee Priest. I hope this is the right place to ask Lee Priest a question. If so, I was wondering how Lee Priest was able to build such a large muscle in his back, legs, arms and chest, and at the same time had such a small and more impressively flat midsection. Every bodybuilder that has an impressive back today seems to have a gorilla gut. Yet Mr. Priest has the body of a comic book character brought to life.
Who? Snoopy?
Yeah. Could you ask Mr. Priest how he achieved this? Thanks again. P.S. Congratulations on the Mr. Universe win, and please compete in the Olympia so that the world can see your work of art. And maybe restore the beauty of bodybuilding. Your fan, Ishwar.
Well, people say I got a shit back, so that could be why I got a small waist and flat stomach. So, but thanks for the nice comments. I think these days, it probably comes down to insulin and growth and stuff. I never did either, and I always kept a flat stomach. And Sean Ray kept a good flat stomach. Some of the pros out there still have, like Flex Roden has a nice small waist still and small stomach. Dexter, he keeps his pretty small. One or twice he's tried to play the size game and got it too big, but his waist is generally small. So there's a few guys out there still have a small waist, but I don't know what the guys are doing these days, but it just doesn't look pretty. Like you said, they're just bloated out guts, and Joe Gold would always call them gorilla bellies and stuff like that as well. So it doesn't have a good look to it, and to me, it doesn't look like bodybuilders where, in the old days it would be a small waist, big back, shoulders and that. Whereas today I look at them and, like I said, I like freaky bodybuilders, but when I see the guys today I'm like, who would want to look like that? They might have some good impressive body parts, but when you look at the overall body, it just looks like a fucking mangled up wreck. It looks like a fucking Mr. Stay Puff on steroids, from Ghostbusters. That's going back a few years. So, young kids, you don't know who Mr. Stay Puff is. You have to rent the original Ghostbusters, but they're actually doing a remake, so you can wait for it. He might reappear. The Michelin Man, how's that? Is that close?
Yeah. Oh, look, and I think you said some of the best advice with on your Iron Maglag radio show with when you know that you're up against some good competition, the guys are pretty big. You go the opposite way and come in really hard, really conditioned, and then you look bigger anyway. So
yeah, it's not an illusion on stage. You go on stage, like I said, too big and bloated, you're going to look twice as bloated up there and twice as smooth. The funny thing with conditioning is the harder you are and the more ripped you are, once you're on stage, the bigger you look. So that's why you even see guys who aren't big, but yet you look at them and go, man, he looks bigger, he looks athletic, but yet when you see them in person, they're pretty tiny. But yet, because you can see all the muscle development, you can see the muscle tie-ins, the fullness of the muscle, that sort of thing, they actually look bigger than what they really are. So it's amazing that I've seen some guys whose arms might look 20 inches just due to the shape and the definition, but yet if you measured it, they may be 16 and a half, 17 inches, but it's just, like I said, it's just an illusion.
And do you think this has something to do with, how they say about this bigorexia or whatever, do you think some guys just can't handle getting smaller and sharper?
Well, I think it is. A lot of guys, I've had friends that won't diet for shows. They'll start the diet as soon as their t-shirt gets loose. They're like, oh no, I got to get big again. So they quit their dieting and they'll never get ready for a show because, like you said, in their mind, when they hop on the scale, if they're 100, 110, 120, so like the type of person that weigh himself every day, every day you're going to be up and down due to fluid. So if they're 120 one day, next day they're 117, in their mind they're like, I've lost 3 kilos, and they go ape shit. Like I said, they're on drugs all year round. So they've always got to be bigger and bigger and bigger, whereas they're not bigger, they're just getting fatter. So big difference between muscle and fat and water and weight and all that sort of stuff, but you can't get it through their heads. So yet they think they look good, but yet they're just big and bloated. Like when I was off season, I knew I was bloated because I just loved eating food. I wouldn't walk around saying, look how big I am, because I knew I was out of shape. So, but yet these guys who equate, their body weight to being big, whereas shit, my grandma was a big woman, but she wouldn't win a bodybuilding show in the women's physique. So, she had like over 20 inch arms. She was probably about 120.
So do you even the pros? Do you think they're getting ready for a show and they're keeping an eye on the scale and they've just got in their head, I've got to be this weight and I've got to be bigger?
They're always thinking who they're up against. They've got to play that size game. People going up against Ronnie, they wanted to becoming bigger. Flex started coming in bigger, and Flex looked his best when he weighed 218, I reckon, when he used to win the Arnold around there. And at 218, like I said, he looked 240. When he started coming into 230s, he just looked softer. He still looked good condition, but nothing like he was. That whole impression of the Christmas tree, the cross styrations was gone, and he had around 4 muscles, but to me it was more like a guest posing type, not, you know, going to win the Olympia type physique. So guys today are just coming in, like I said, they're just going for the size and size and size and forgetting about all the other stuff. That's why when you see the 212 class, some of those guys look more symmetrical and look bigger and better than the open class guys because they're in condition. It's a shame, you know, when they go up against them, a lot of them, like I said, they won't have the mass to compete against the bigger guys, but, you know, there's only one guy that was good at doing that. Well, there's a few. But, you know, around the mid-90s, there's only one guy.
Well, no.
Well, not according to Flex magazine, but...
Yeah, I was going to say you weren't even in the top 25 giant killers.
I didn't try hard enough. I was 26.
Yeah.
The list didn't go to 26, did it? But I was number 26 on the list if you had to just...
Yeah, there was guys on there that I never even heard of.
Those guys that I've beaten. I think they just found anyone.
Yeah.
Your name could have been on the list.
Yeah.
Fucking number 15. But like, we don't care who you put on this list, just don't put fucking Lee's name.
Yeah. So
Peter McGough, who voted me, he voted me for the best arms of all time. He had me like number 1 on the list for the best arms, and yet, like I said, he used to do Flex magazine when I was with Flex magazine, and I can't tell you the countless articles he did on me, calling me the giant killer and this and that and everything else. But yet, when Flex he left Flex magazine. But when the new Flex magazine comes out with the newer people that run it, I don't exist anymore.
yeah, that's it, mate. The history book gets
it's like
wiped.
in magazine of the up and coming pro show, they got like past Australian pro winners. They started the list at 2006 till now. They didn't want to put the 2005 winner on. I guess I wasn't here for that one. Oh well.
Yeah, no, you're.
I've been written out.
Yeah, it's
So
like
wait till I start dancing, I'll come back.
you're like, you know, Adolf Hitler to Germany. You know, you're.
I'm like a pork chop on the synagogue step.
Yeah, that's
So-
it. Just want to forget about you, but they can't.
That's annoying. Especially when I said when they look at the MD issue and see I've got best arms, they go, oh God, he's still around.
Yeah.
People still talk about him. Okay, you put that weight on, I can see you struggling there. Hold it. Look, making him sweat, hold the weight.
Hey, he was top 24 in the giant
Everyone was. You were 24th, weren't you? Can't just find anyone. I mean, the guy from the local baker was number 5.
Yeah.
Yep. Not me, though. Oh well. I like this weight. This is good. Is this what we're doing?
Yeah.
Good.
There you go. You can train legs now.